Hello, and welcome to round 4 of the MSR Formula Renault League. Today, as always, I'm joined with WMDR Martin.
Greetings.
And today is, well, not everyone's favourite track, I say, but definitely one person's favourite track, which is Double's racetrack, where we are at COTA, Circuit of the Americas. And, yeah, this track, I wasn't expecting to see this sort of weather. We're very overcast conditions currently, or more like hazy. But definitely some interesting weather to start it off. But definitely, it definitely looks nice.
Definitely, and I think the drivers will be appreciating this weather too, as with all these corners, you're going to want to keep the tires cool.
Yeah, most definitely. That is one thing that I have been overhearing in the paddock. Most of the people struggling with both tyre wear and the heat of the tyres, mostly overheating. I did a bit of practice myself, you know, when trying to make the intros, and going through going through corners, these 16, 17, and 18. They just your left tyre just goes yellow straight away. It gets proper heated up. These corners are exactly the corners which I mentioned. You can just see the amount of G's, the amount of lateral weight you're going to be pulling all the way through there. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting race today, as we see all the time slowly coming in. We have currently in provisional pole Bode, who won the last race, and currently leaving the pits. Got a bit blocked there. They're currently leaving the pits and going for one of the second laps, along with that looks like Dudek behind. Sadly, Dudek's teammate not being able to attend this evening tonight, but hopefully Dudek can make it up for points as Roman takes Boja's time by 8/10.
Yeah, that is quite a hefty margin. I think he's pretty confident in that car if he's already 2 seconds ahead of most of the competition.
Yeah. That I definitely agree. He's I haven't seen him be too strong lately, but especially since last race's disaster that happened, which was so unfortunate, where he just ended up blowing his engine just before he got to the pit lane. But
well, I'm sure he'll be freshly motivated for this race, as he's coming off of the back of winning the title in the Syndicate League, actually.
Oh, is that for the that is for the Porsche Cup, isn't it?
Yeah, he attended 4 out of 6 races, won every single one that he finished, and clinched the title.
That is, well, very well done. Whether you'll be able to, because I believe he has missed I think he missed the first race, sadly, in Austria, didn't he? And
yeah, I think that was due to a disconnect because lightning struck near his house.
Yeah, that is, Roman being, whenever he DNFs, it's always due to unfortunate circumstances, really unlucky on his part. But
I don't think we'll be expecting any of those tonight.
Hopefully not. Hopefully we haven't jinxed him.
We have a beautiful view of Dudek's rear wing here. Magnificent piece of machinery.
Yeah. Another thing which I do like is the cameras on these track. They're really nice. They really do give nice views and really do show the perception of how quick the cars really are going, how troubling it is to make it around this course.
Yeah, and it showed quite nicely how much momentum Bose managed to keep in turn 1 as well, which is pretty impressive considering it's an uphill, very sharp corner.
Absolutely speeding through there. No one this time going meow meow. Using the microphone. He's almost two temps up on his time. He's going to have to somehow gain another 6 going through these next 2 sectors to have any chance of competing with Roman today.
Suffering a bit of a lock-up there on the inside onto the back straight. Not going to be helping his chances, but probably won't cost him too much either.
I'm going to put myself just so I can recognise my stream volume. Don't worry.
Boge is set to improve quite a bit on his personal best so far. Who knows how much more time he can gain in the final sector. It's a very technical one as well. Keeps the pedal to the metal throughout that entire sequence of corners, maintaining momentum in the penultimate one as well. And making no mistakes. Oh, quite a bit of counter steering, but still has a good exit. What'll it be? Oh, only 28 hundredths off, 28 thousandths off of pole. He definitely has the potential for this race.
Just missed that because I had to just sort out the volume. I think everything now is a lot better. So now hopefully we can watch it. Oh yeah. Oh my god, he did gain those 6 tenths looking at the timings.
Absolutely, he has the potential to get pole here, but then again, the lap Roman set was his first lap, so who knows how much he can still improve. As he's just set a new fastest lap right when I say that.
Yeah, that was quite comedic timing, to be fully honest with you. Yeah, that is Roman clearly. I think that's his, going around on his 3rd lap, just destroying Boge's time by 7 and a bit tenths.
Yeah, I'm actually quite confused because we've only got about 5 minutes left in this qualifying session, and some of our regular top drivers are only about half a second up on the midfield, so I'm wondering if they just haven't set a clean lap yet, or if their pace is just really limited for tonight.
I mean, I have heard that a lot of people not practicing as well for tonight, but definitely was going to be hoping. As I'm very Matt's, normally Roman and Matt's very close, but you can see from the timing charts that Matt is 2.5 seconds behind. And he's in 3rd, which is just crazy. I really do hope that that's not just going to be Roman flying off into the distance, and that Boge actually is able to, either take him into turn 1 and keep him behind him, or to just stay with him most of the race and try to hope this is some battling between those two.
Yeah, it'll definitely be an uphill battle for Boge, but as it stands, he's got the best chance to take him on.
You see Matt's almost matching his time going for this 3rd sector, I believe.
It wouldn't surprise me if he'd be suffering from dirty air from the car head.
From that far? Wow.
Possibly.
Yeah, anything's possible at Project Cars, but oh my god, taking that corner to the absolute edge right there, that was perfect timing. Going a bit wide there though.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't seem to be 2.5 seconds off because of the lack of skill. It might just be in the setup.
Yeah, he crosses the line and gains 3.
Yeah, gains 3 tenths, but he's still a second off of P2.
That is, these top 2 clearly going to be in a class on their own. In the 42s and 43s, and the quick P2 they're running the 45s. As we see the half invisible Jedlin, his car clearly going that fast. Coming into the first corner, whether he can improve this lap. Oh!
Commentator's curse.
Right, I've done it again. Luckily, this wasn't in the race. So, and you see someone also whacking a board. WM. I always this is a really weird thing, but when it speed cutting that completely.
Corners are suggestions sometimes.
He's an entire second up on his side. He better lift off from that. Because he cut that quite massively. I don't know if that's...
It was a bit difficult to see from that angle, but I do imagine he gained maybe a tenth or 2 from that.
Yeah, maybe a tenth.
Ooh, that's a big wiggle there.
Yes, that'll probably make up for the time, but still...
yeah, that's going to impact his entire straight, so...
Still, yeah, need to watch out for track limit, especially in the first sector, because as soon as you mess it up going into it, you will feel those next 2 corners. Because
absolutely, and the thing with this league is as well, the track limit system of the game is turned off because of how horrible it is, but that means we're also placing some extra faith in the drivers that they're not going to be abusing that. And we have had a few tickets raised for track limit so far, so...
Yeah, seeing a couple of people, yeah, being spotted. But luckily the system and the stewards doing a good job of keeping everyone in the keeping everyone in the regulations and keeping everything. What's the word? Oh! That was a massive tank slapper right there.
Yeah, and he somehow keeps it under control and maintains that gap that he pulled in second one.
Actually in that last.
Wait, did it say 2/10 on the screen?
Well, gaining an extra 2 tenths in the last sector by gaining the whole the second and the 10th.
Oh, he almost flipped the car.
That was quite a I think those curves because I do believe there are quite a bit of auto spin curves out on the track.
True, but I didn't know it was severe enough to turn downforce into upforce.
Quite, yeah. Definitely going to be, hopefully not seeing as much as we see someone getting out of the way for Ashton Kira.
Yeah, who's only a couple of thousandths of a second behind Cuckoo in P6.
Yeah, definitely doing a really good job today. Never normally seeing them this far up the grid, but clearly liking the track conditions a lot more than most people. Is he struggling to get the power and the grip down?
I think we might be seeing some nice battles this race because we've got P4 and 5 only less than 2/10 apart from each other. 6 and 7 a couple thousandths away from each other.
I was gonna say
let's see, 9th and 10th as well.
I was gonna say that I was quite surprised originally to see Xevious quite low, but then Xevious has improved and is now in 5th place. Yeah, 2/10 off of Dudek. Xevious going quite surprisingly wide going for that corner, but that will lose him a lot of time.
Let's see if Bosch can get that P1 on his final attempt.
I wonder, yeah. I really do hope he can because it, well, for their both his teammates and his own team's benefit, he's going to be hoping he's 4 tenths up, almost 5. Coming to this last lap, he's going to be pushing. He's going to be winning that pole position. I really do wonder if he can do it. On the nose, I wonder.
And he's got slipstream as well for the main straight. I wonder if he's going to be behind them by the end because that would be a lot of dirty air in the final sector in that case.
I believe that is that Trouble in front? It looks like not an Aston, a Jaguar potentially.
I think it's. Oh, I think they just left.
Oh, that's good for Boj though. That means he gets some slipstream as well going through it. Oh, he slides through that corner. He's only 2 tenths up. He's gonna want to hope for a miracle.
That's unfortunate. He was not able to capitalize on that slipstream.
He's gonna hope for a miracle going through his last sector. Can he improve that much? I really do doubt it. As we go through corner 17 and now 18, are we going to see any potentially grid order swaps?
He goes a little wide there. I think that might be the end of it.
I know, yeah, any boxes.
He pulls a Verstappen and pits at the end of his lap.
Unfortunate, but yeah, still though bagging that 2nd place. Fennec going a bit wide as well, but can Fennec improve? He's the last person on track. Can he make any more movements up? Judlin's just 2 tenths ahead of him. Oh, I didn't see any moves there, sadly.
Yeah, I saw some shaking of the wheel. I don't think he made it.
Yeah, Fennec staying in 13th place, but we have in our top 3 we have Roman, Boj, Mats. So with qualifying complete, let's head to the introduction. Hello, and you join us for the race start here at Circuit of the Catalunya on this fine Monday evening. For some reason, I'm now looking at this amazing building and architecture work.
It's because you misnamed the track. It doesn't like you anymore.
Yeah, there we go. Awesome. But yeah, today we have Roman, Boj, Mats, Xevious, Dudek, Kaku, Eddie, Gogo Fastboy, Ashin Kira, and that had got all the names right. Hold on, I can do this one. I rang the list this time. You know, I told you I kept on messing up all the names and all the teams.
Uh-huh.
I believe that is. I'm looking at the teams and I really can't work it out. Who is? You just cut to whoever lower is. Eliar.
Hold on. Did you say Ellie?
Eliar. The initials. I can't.
Oh,
work out
that's Laruti.
Laruti. Oh, of course, Laruti. Oh, we now got the race start as everything is syncing. Hopefully, we don't have any weird syncing problems today, as we have 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, engines revving. And it's a green light, and off we go. Roman getting a very wiggly start, but getting probably the best start out of all of them. Going into the first corner, Xevious probably getting the best start out of all of them. And Eddie going to be pinched a little on the inside, as it looks like everyone's safe going through the first corner. A little bit of wheel banging from behind you. I believe that was Ashin Kara and Ashin Kara and Kaku. That was it. Ashin Kara's Kaku. As we go through these quick
someone spun. Yeah, one of the pink cars is spun in the background.
That looks like to be possibly too fast. In the background, unfortunate for those two. But Dudek going for a potential dive, looking. Does he pull it off? Oh. Yeah, Xevious just cutting through him. Dudek probably having one of the worst starts out of the entire grid, except for those couple that were spun in the back and from moving down, from third into fifth.
As I believe one of the cars that was involved in those incidents was Mozzie, who is way back at the moment.
Will we see any broken wings? Let's have a look. No,
so, wait, is this
still intact, so hopefully nothing too serious, and we won't see too much engine damage. We'll head back to the lead group. Roman making more than just a 2-second gap. Yeah, a 2-second gap now.
That is insane.
In the first lap. So you see all these cars going around this very long right-hander. You're going to want to try to keep your foot in going all the way through this corner. And
which may be difficult in dirty air.
Very much. Is that someone boxing? Ashin Kira boxing for damage, clearly.
That is unfortunate.
Yeah, very unfortunate indeed. Now, looks like Kaku behind Fennec within a second. Wanting to gain. Matt's also pulling away from Xevious.
With Eddie in the pits as well, I think it was quite bashing back there.
I was going to say, unfortunate there wasn't a safety car, but don't want to lose somehow another driver.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I think that's another spin.
Is that another spin? Whereabouts?
Oh!
Ashin Kira's teammate, Dayla going straight into the barriers. Luckily, it doesn't look too much like too much heavy damage. Definitely a lot. That will be affecting his car a lot, maybe on the straights and through the corners. He's definitely going to be upset about that one. Unlike the Singapore Grand Prix today, not losing his front wing in the barrier. So, all I can be watching speed coming into this more of the stadium section compared to the whole rest of the track. Seems to be possibly in fact gaining on Dudek as well.
These two are side by side.
Oh, can Jedlin keep it around the outside? Oh, there's a bit of contact there. As Needlap just getting the elbows out, keeping Jedlin at bay.
Yeah, not sure Needlap was
going a bit wide as well.
Not sure if he was taking him into account there. He just completely ran him off the track.
Can Needlap make it all the way around it? He does, yeah, with ease. Maybe Needlap potentially having damage from that. Or maybe having a less downforce setup. It looks like he's struggling. No, staying out. So as we come on to the third lap of the American GP, we have Kaku within 5/10 of Fennick just up ahead, trying to gain. You can see how much the rear is squirming around through this S section, having to use a bit of anti-steer, a lot more anti-steer going from there. Maybe Dirty Air playing a massive effect in this race.
Yeah, lots of counter steering there as the rear end.
Oh, Fennick! Not Fennick. Yeah, Fennick going straight into and double as well.
Double spins as well.
We've seen.
Oh, it's a really dangerous spot. You don't want to be there.
Oh,
Double really sacrificing himself for the others.
that is. It's better to oh my! We've just seen a massive crash. If it weren't for the free, if it weren't for the free person rule, I would have expected a full safety, maybe a red flag if this was real life. That was dangerous.
Yeah, Double's out of the race.
Yeah, Double clearly having terminal damage there.
That's extremely unfortunate because Double already put himself in the wall to make sure he didn't collect anyone else, and then just lost control of the car again and did the exact thing he was trying to avoid.
Yeah, he really did do a good job trying to get out of the way on that first part, then getting emphasis like tire spin. These cars do have power and are very light, and they will be have a tendency to very much spin. So I think Dudek maybe gaining on Exevious, maybe keeping his tyres a bit longer and better. I do wonder what the optimal strategy for tonight will be, because I've heard two stop. I had someone laughing saying, I think a free stop might be a strategy. So maybe if someone takes the one stop, I'm going to be very much surprised because I've been hearing two stops, one stop.
That's one way to word it.
Yeah. So as we have Fennick leaving the pits, sadly looks like it's from damage.
And Mozzie's back in the pits as well. I wonder if he was involved in that collection.
Unfortunate for those couple people. So trouble getting in too fast. He is in. Oh, trouble going for the. Oh, getting a bit of tank stuff and too fast, trying to undercut him, but trouble parking it perfectly on the exit.
And too fast now having the slipstream. I wonder if we'll try and go for a move in the braking zone if he's got enough speed. So far it's looking like he might be getting more cautious start. A little lock up there for trouble. That's not gonna help him.
Maybe to drop a lot of pressure on Trouble himself and his car. And the more power baby car up ahead.
It seems like Too Fast is using some low gears to try and kind of preserve his tire temperatures in a slower corner.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, as I said, yeah, the tyre wear and the tyre temperatures have been known on this track to rise massively and get a lot of degradation really quickly.
As I think Boja's made a mistake because he's within striking distance of Mats now.
Oh, hopefully looking for a top 3 battle. Excluding Roman, of course. Who is...
Well, at the moment, we've got P2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 all within about a second of each other.
Well, I'm hopefully going to be looking for some good racing between this bunch of 4 people. And hopefully we will be seeing some moves as they come all flying down at about reaching 175 miles per hour going down the straight. This is, I definitely think Matt's gaining on both probably maybe shocking his tyres a bit from if he did have a spin, or hitting up his tyres maybe a bit too much.
Yeah, I think it probably was a spin because he's lost about 5 to 6 seconds, I believe. Yeah, the dirty air seemingly keeping the cars quite far away from each other, so it's probably any move is gonna be the result of any mistakes that we see, and perhaps some tire wear bringing people closer as well.
Yeah, we'll definitely be seeing. I think the best opportunity would either be getting a good run off of the last corner and potentially going for a dive into corner one, or maybe seeing any moves going into either the hairpin before the straight or the corner after the main straight. So hopefully seeing some moves there or in some other places across the track. Because anyway, it looks like almost going single file. I didn't seem to be seeing the moves, but too fast. Clearly gaining on no, not too fast. Ashton Kira clearly gaining on pole. Getting a better run coming up the straight. Will Ashton Kira go for a move? He moves to the left. Oh, does he certify the move? Pole trying to go all the way around, which will turn into the inside to the second corner. But Ashton Kira just securing it before it makes it to the second corner.
Yeah, Asa taking the position there despite having a bit of a messy turn one, so it's definitely a net positive result, but he's going to want to make sure that he doesn't potentially spin the car.
Yeah, but very much. We're going to hopefully not see too many spins today, but Xevious very, very close to Matt. Sadly, do that getting close up, because these three cars now getting really, really close together. Will we potentially seeing upcoming moves between the next two or three laps? Everyone going a bit wide, probably due to dirty air there. But they are getting very, very close. Xevious is now in striking distance with Matt. Literally, you can see the advertising. He's got a run, he's got the slipstream going up. Does he pull to the left? Does he go for a dive? He stays in, opting for possibly a better line out, getting a bit of a tighter one. And Xevious retaliating anyway, gets a bit understeer. No, I think he's got a better line actually than Matt.
Yeah, a bit more of a slow and fast effort.
Both definitely suffering. Going to be feeling the pressure from both of the Xevious and the DZR team, and Matt, the VR46 racing team as well, but Matt's getting a bit of a wobbly moment of both using that to get a gap. Oh, Matt's also locks up and will probably be getting a bad exit. Really being seeing a move from Xevious. Now it looks like he's got the slip, it looks like he's got the run. Which way will he go? Matt's planting it right in the centre. It looks like he's going to move to the left of Xevious. He's coming down all the way down the straight. Will Xevious get the move done? Yeah, nicely done, but Matt possibly going for an undercut there. They're still side by side going into these next few corners. Matt's hooking up a bit again.
Yeah, he's not getting in there. I think Xevious has that position, and Matt's just kind of losing out on the straight there. I think he may have been overheating his tires, because if you look at the lines he's been taking, he's doing a lot more turning than Xevious.
Yes, maybe trying to maybe having a bit less downforce, but overall more speed, as we're now going to be seeing maybe Matt retaliating. They're still very close.
I think Phoenix just had a spin as well. I was about to switch to him because they were about 2/10 apart, but yeah, he's suddenly lost about 7 seconds.
Oh, that's unlucky for Fennec. Would have liked to see some more battles, since on this track it seems to be almost a rarity, as we've only seen a couple of side-by-side action. Oh, but that's Jedlin trying to go for a move on the Ruti. Would there be any
pits?
Potentially for a planned stop there. They are not fuel. Jedlin looking up the inside. Oh, Laruti moving to the left on the
very late move.
The braking. But can Jedlin get a better move? He's on the outside, but Laruti does have the inside. Going to the corner, which will give him the inside. No, Jedlin is still there. Oh, a bit of contact and tyre rubbing going into this horrible S section.
And they touch Martin.
Martin, they touch. Jedlin, yeah, having to stay behind, since these S's do unfortunately create a more single file and almost Monaco-like format. And just staying behind the other car. Will Jedlin, he's 7 tenths behind, and he's clearly lost a lot of speed going through this. Will he be able to get any upcoming moves? Doesn't seem to be gaining too much. Potentially equaling the pace, but Max is, looking at the battles, Max is a bit closer to Xevious than Jedlin is to Laruti, as going through these last couple of corners. I wonder, because I've been looking and I've been seeing Dudek, as much as Dudek was away, he has been slowly gaining. Jedlin looking for a lot better run going through this corner. Will he be able to get him? Laruti's spinning his tyres a bit. Jedlin's going to go for the inside move here. Oh, what a nice clean overtake. And once you're down the inside and whoever's on the outside is going to get absolutely now they're almost 3 wide going into this corner. Hopefully we won't be seeing any safety cars. Oh, as we have the Jaguar, the Solar Eclipse car, and the Dayborough. What an amazing undercut by Dale out there. So they go, and straight in the wall that goes too fast. Oh, losing his front wing. I was really hoping for a close battle between them. Will he get in the way of, that looks like Eddie? No, giving him the nice and appropriate room.
Yeah, you never want to see that, but at least he's done it right in front of the pit entry, so he doesn't have to carry on like that for a whole lap.
Yeah, exactly. And clearly having suspension damage, as it looks like his car is floating to the pit box.
Yeah, and actually, I wonder what Cook is doing so far back. Is it just a really long pit stop, or do you think something else might have happened?
Potentially, maybe because they did pit lap 7, so maybe they did swap out tyres and are going for a strategic move.
As I've just received a notification that Pastor Maldonado has started a live video.
Pastor Maldonado?
The one and only.
Well, cutting to that then, we have Ashton Kira defending from lead the lap. I think Ashton Kira had made a move there. I think he's now trying to make a potential gap, but lead lap staying within that second. I think he did have like a half spin though, because he's lost about 5 tenths going to this last third sector. You see Max looks like being potentially pressured by Dudek, and Dudek is slowly coming in striking distance. Is that Xevious off the road?
It is.
Oh no, Xevious clearly losing the grip going through that corner, and I don't know if he got damaged. But
I don't think so. His car seems to be fine.
If he didn't, then that was quite a good save though. Almost 5 seconds down on this time. Well, unfortunate, but that does mean that Nats moves up into the podium position. So we see Svi in the pits. Potentially Phoebus. I doubt for a scheduled pit stop at this point. I'm just thinking, I'm barely seeing anyone else pit. But who knows, maybe the undercut might be there.
Let's quickly do a check on people's fuel load. Roman's only got 10 liters left, so people on a similar strategy to him might be pitting already. And Bo is clearly going for the long game once again with 73.
That clearly working out for him last time, since he did win the last race of even a 1-stop.
Yeah, it may very well explain his pace deficit too, as to why Roman was able to pull away like that.
Yeah, potentially, do that. As well on about 35, so maybe in the middle of Boja's and maybe Xevious either having damage, but I think that might be a planned pit stop.
That is definitely a planned pit stop. He's only got 2.8 liters left in that car.
Almost looks like almost whacking into the pit wall there.
Almost giving it the cheekiest of kisses.
Coming in, will it be a quick stop? He's going to have to fuel up a lot if he's going to be wanting to go to the end. So I think we will be seeing either potentially another stop or another 2 stops from Xevious. as we hop on board, not hop on board, as we watch Mozzie. Okay, as we do hop on board Mozzie, there we go. Gaining quite rapidly on Kaku. Since I believe he did get damaged, that probably meant that Kaku also got damaged. Kaku also
Mozzie's, I believe Mozzie's had 2 pit stops so far, so Kaku being this far back is not a good sign. Yeah, I think Mozzie just trying to play it extra careful after what he's experienced so far tonight.
Survive tonight's race, and this absolutely
Also, I'm not sure if it's the same on your screen, but the inputs are quite jagged, like it almost seems like he's driving with a pad.
That's so. That's there we go. Hopefully that fixes it. Thanks, Trouble. By the way, I meant to do that, but I accidentally turned it to the wrong one and turned the wrong volume down on the wrong one. So thank you for reminding me. You've actually saved about a lot of my stream. Or was he going down?
Oh no!
Awesome. If anything else
not
needs
able
turning
to
up,
keep the front wing out of the wall there. That might be
another
a
pit
bit
stop
more damage.
potentially. Yeah. Trouble. If there's anything else, please just tell me.
By the way, what volume issues did you have?
My speakers were too loud because I'm running with speakers. So because I don't have all my sound, you know, I told you everything had to reset.
Yeah.
Oh. Also, I've just seen that Trouble. Oh, Mozzie in the
not
wall
not
again. Oh, that is really,
and that's
really
another
unfortunate.
retiree.
Oh, as we've now lost our 3rd person, I believe, because we've had double, Trouble, and now Mozzie. It'd be really funny if that also rhymed with Ubble or something.
Bubble.
Because we've had Double and Trouble, and now Mozzie, who have all disconnected.
Yeah, it's as Roman has actually come into the pits now.
Probably for his planned stop. Boj is definitely going to be wanting to try and get as big of a lead, but I don't know if he's gone for a too passive. But this pit lane, I don't know if it's just Roman's taking ages to go down the pit lane, but this pit lane does feel long.
I believe it is one of the longer ones in the game.
As it looks like he's about to be released. Maybe having potential damage as he's being released. Will Mozzie get out in front of him? I do believe...
I think you mean Boj.
Boj, sorry, Boj. Can he get out in front? It's going to be close. Coming up to the first corner.
Oh!
Oh, Boj completely going to the left to defend Roman from just moving at all.
Yeah, Roman covering him off there, making it really, really close. I think this is probably according to Boj's plan.
Definitely working out for him a bit. Probably wanting a bit more of a lead to possibly keep him have an entire lap to breathe with Roman behind.
And what's this? If we look at the fuel loads, Roman just pitted for less fuel than Boj still has in his car. So Boj has the net lead of the race.
So possibly Roman going to be going for another stop, and possibly Boj going to be staying. Will Roman be going for a dive? Boj's tyres are definitely going to be a lot worse and a lot slower. Yeah, you can see just the amount of exit speed that Roman gets.
Yeah, I think Boj has already forfeited the inside line. He's going to have to try and stick it around the outside somehow, or if Roman passes, he's going to try and switch back.
Room to move over to the left? I think Boj is definitely going to be looking for a possible undercut going through this corner.
Nope, he's just giving it up.
Yeah, I think Boj possibly...
Those tires may not be capable of fighting anymore.
Yeah, maybe keeping it to the end. Oh, hold on. I'm looking at the top 3 and something's off. Where has Matt's gone?
Matt's also pitted.
Matt's also pitted? Okay. Oh, I got really scared for a second. Where is... I believe Fennec is outside the top 16 as
Yeah, Fennec is currently in last place in P17.
Unfortunate for him. Yeah, only showing me the top 16. It just keeps the left a lot neater. But Yeah, wanting to. Yeah. Xevious gaining. Is that Matt's ahead?
Yeah, that's Matt's making a mistake,
Oh,
actually, giving Xevious a chance.
This is going to give Dudek as well a really good opportunity to possibly try and break away towards these later laps if these two start fighting.
Yeah, I think Dudek may be going for an overcut here because he's finally been released from all that dirty air that he's been in all race.
Yeah, that is very true. Dirty Air will be playing a massive option. I think it's actually slower to finish. No, not to finish, to be behind someone than to be by yourself in slipstream. Oh, Matt's looks like he's making a mistake, and Xevious getting a really nice run. Xevious trying to stay out of that dirty air as well. You can see him going through this sector. Oh, you can see just the understeer though, the absolute understeer. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I think Matt is going to be very happy to not be the chasing car on a track that he already dislikes. And when we interviewed him before the race and asked him what he disliked the most about this track, he said the entire track. So
yeah, this track definitely not one for overtaking. I think we'd see more overtaking so far in probably not Monaco, but here we go. Ashton Kira, is he making a move or is he defending from Jedlin? It looks like he's spun it.
Doing victory donuts a little early.
Yeah, as I believe he's oh, he's actually fighting Mats and Xavier, so he's going to be fully defending. He is all right to fight with these two behind, but it looks like he's gone wide and just cuts in front of Mats. Mats probably not feeling the greatest about that.
Yeah, he's dropped himself right into this battle, so this may very well turn out spicy, as I believe Mats and Xevious will have a bit more pace than Asa Shankira.
Yeah, this is Mats. Yeah, Mats is definitely going to be having a lot more pace, but the question of overtaking is still quite a massive thing on this track, since we will the only best opportunities are both in the first corner and a few during the both last part of the second sector and third sector. You see Needle Lap
pits.
going into the pits.
Not sure if that's a scheduled stop. He's got a lot of fuel.
Possibly not. I mean, we've seen a lot of people spinning as this track has actually been seen. I think the elevation changes on this track probably a lot more emphasized than it should be. But Ash and Kira staying ahead of these two. Whether that's because of fuel load or whether it's genuine pace, we're to yet see, because he is staying all the way behind. In fact, he's dropped Matt's behind him by an entire second.
Yeah, he's also got 50 liters less worth of fuel, so that'll definitely be a factor in that. But yeah, Asa Shakira definitely no slouch, I believe, was the driver who had the second fastest lap at the previous race.
Matt's trying to go for a move around the outside, which he's then going to try and undercut to go the inside. He gets the move, and just like that, easily through. Xevious is going to want to try follow him through somehow. But, I think Matt's choosing his opportunity very, very well there, because Xevious is going to have to stay behind Ashen Kira for all these laps, for all these next corners.
Yeah, Matt's just absolutely took the first opportunity he was served, and he is going to try and pull away as much as possible while Xevious tries to get by Asa as well.
Xevious definitely going to be wanting to go for a dive up into this, not wanting to let Mats get too much of a gap, as he already has got about, it looks to be a second on Xevious.
Yeah, and Jedlin is pitting as well in the meantime.
I must say though, with worn tyres, as much as he does have a low fuel load, Ashton Kira is doing a great job at keeping these top drivers, to be honest, behind him. So,
absolutely, and he's in prime position to take advantage of any potential safety cars as well. So if that would happen, he would be gaining quite a bit.
Yeah, yet to see a safety car, as it looks like Ashton Kira getting a very wobbly moment there. Can Xevious
trying to demonstrate how he'd start a safety car?
Xevious definitely going for a move and getting absolutely the door closed by Ashton Kira. Some very aggressive defending. I don't know if he knew he was there or not, but that
Yeah,
was a
that
very,
wasn't just
very
closed. That was
close one.
slammed with a capital S.
Yeah, if I slam my door that hard, my my parents would be inside. Is that someone? I don't know if I saw cutting on my screen or there, but Jedlin behind Daylau now.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like a bit of a cheeky corner cut, but we didn't catch quite enough of that shot to really know for sure.
If it was, then we've always got the stewards, but it looks to be that Jedlin and Daylau is not going to be giving it up. So I think
I think it's only
maybe
going to be a matter of time before Jedlin makes this overtake.
here we go, coming down the back straight. He's going to be reaching absolute top speeds. We've seen 175 going up, but now seeing 182 going into the braking zone, and Jedlin just absolute passing Daylau. Going into the braking zone. So here we have Ashton Kira going into the pits for,
Yeah, so
I believe,
that battle with Xevious is over now, and Mats is going to be grinning from ear to ear because he's pulled a 4-second gap because of that.
Wow. I mean, he's absolutely entitled to do that, and it probably helps both his strategy as well to try gain on Xevious if he's on an alternate strategy compared to him. But
Let's take a look at their fuel loads, because we've currently got Mats on 56 and Xevious on only 29, so there's definitely some differing strategy there.
that is unfortunate, but I do believe, as well as that, I think Svi might be... Is that Svi? I don't know if that was Svi.
That is Eddie in the pits right now.
Yeah, that's Eddie. That's Eddie. Looks like, yeah, for another scheduled pit stop like Ashton Kira. Daylau coming in to the pit lane.
I'm wondering if some people are not using the entire fuel tank before pitting for new tires, because they seem to be coming in with a few laps remaining.
Yeah, it's yeah, definitely.
And Dudek's making his scheduled stop as well.
This is his first stop of the race, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
So will we be seeing Mats potentially overtaking him in the pit lane? From the pit lane. Oh, he's been kept there a long time. I think Mats is gonna overtake him in the pit lane. He's leaving now. You can see just on the left. I think Mats has got him though, and is just gonna.
Yeah, it's looking like a Mats overtake to me, but Dudek will have much fresher tires for this chase.
Will Xevious get him? Oh, Xevious potentially going all the way around the outside. Oh, it's very close as we see Xevious just go ahead. Dudek is definitely going to be. We're definitely going to be looking for a fight between these two upcoming. As you said, Dudek on the fresher tires. However, we'll be having a lot heavier fuel loads. You see Kaku going side by side with Need the Lap. Oh, undercutting! What an absolute amazing undercut! But Need the Lap is going to have the inside for this really, really awkward left-hander. But Kaku keeps it around the outside, getting very wobbly on the curb. And just going into the inside for this long right-hander. I don't think Needlap really has an answer, or anyone would have an answer in that case.
He's staying closer than you might expect, though.
Yeah, very much. Looking for a potential move it into this last corner. No, I think maybe looking for a better exit. Or doesn't seem to be getting as better exit as Kaku.
As Boj pits now, with a lot of fuel left. I wonder if he may have had an incident.
Let's see, how long has he kept in the pit lane for? He is fueling up. I am seeing the fuel go up. I believe I think that's a scheduled pit stop. Because normally when they put the car down, it's for repairs. But when they put the car down, he instantly left. I think that was a scheduled and a strategic move by Boj.
Would definitely be more oriented towards getting fresh tires then, though.
Yeah, I think this may be the one and only pit stop of Boj. Wait, no, he pitted earlier, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
The second and only pit stop of Boj. As we see Jedlin. Has Jedlin been re-overtaken by Ashton Kira?
It does seem like it, yes.
potentially making a mistake as he's 7 tenths out. I'm surprised we didn't see a battle between them. But back on board with Fennec, as Fennec is trying to make his way all the way around too fast. He's going to have the inside going into this once again awkward chicane. Does Too Fast give him the space? He does. As Fennec comes all the way across, having the inside will probably finish off the move now, as we see most of the time. As
Too Fast conceding the position there, but we're definitely seeing quite a bit of action from our Baduro drivers tonight.
Yeah, very much, very much. Let me get the team names up, because I planned for today, because I've got a third screen, not another monitor, but a third screen dedicated to both the championship standings and the teams.
That's very interesting, but meanwhile we've got Jedlin only 2 tenths back behind Asa, so definitely not having dropped back, and someone is going slow there.
Don't know if that was for blue flags or... I think that was pole for blue flags though, so...
Yeah, you're probably right there, and he's got 108 liters, might be good enough to go to the end.
Very, very much. Maybe people picking a lot of different strategies. As we have Jedlin, he's out the 1 second zone of Ashton Kira. But he will be gaining. Yeah, it looks like he's opted for a less downforce car as he looks to be gaining on the straight, because I don't think you can possibly get slipstream from that far back. So going into this stadium section here, Jedlin is going to be absolutely pushing to try and get Ashton Kira, always trying to go for that good exit line there. And trying
I can see Jedlin's taking quite a few inside lines to try and stay out of that dirty air and keep close, but it's definitely not easy to do in high-speed corners like these.
It's almost like a rain race, apart from there's no rain, you know, trying to stay out of the gust and the spray ahead, which is now the dirty air.
Yeah, exactly. Dirty air is basically invisible spray.
Yeah. It's looking at timing sheets, has Dudek dropped off from Xavius?
I think he has by maybe a second or two, because he was gaining on him.
Potentially having a bit of spin, but that has been cut down to 3 seconds now. I think potentially Dudek not having the speed he wants for this race.
As the cameraman decides to look at some beautifully laid down asphalt.
As always. Yeah, I don't know whether... I mean, he's definitely gaining towards these last sectors. He's gained, it seems to be 5 tenths, which now all of a sudden drops back up to 3 seconds. But I think, yeah, maybe Dudek's setup not being as optimal as he wanted for this race.
Yeah, there's no cooperation with his teammate for this event, probably, since he's not able to be here tonight.
Now, I don't want to jinx anything, okay?
But
Xevious is 4th right now.
You may very well have jinxed things.
No, but you have not. I will be very much. If he doesn't spin, then I'm not taking any blame. But very much, I'm hoping that he can get his best finisher. Whether that might possibly be on the podium, beating Matt. So we see Gogo. Oh, contact between Gogo and LaRoute. There's definitely going to be talks about that with the stewards there, as it seems that LaRoute might have damage as his car is does seem to have suspension damage as he is trying to drag his car, and it does seem to be dragging on the floor.
Oh, that is yeah, they're both pitting for damage, but yeah, the stewards are definitely going to be looking at that.
Oh, taking out the cone, what did it do to him?
Yeah, these bollards being some of the more generous ones in the game that don't actually murder your car when you murder them. Fennec is in the pits as well for his fuel load.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, strategic. I've just had trouble asking because I keep on calling LaRoute, saying, "Can I not spell with the letter Y?"
Instead of saying I am Groot, it's I am LaRoute.
I am LaRoute. There's got to be if I can try and make a meme with that, that's going to be for the next race. As
Definitely some merch potential there.
Laruti coming just out in front of Fennec, but I think letting him go.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Gogo's going to try and give back the position to Laruti after that incident, but it doesn't seem like it, and I think that may be Boj right behind them.
Yeah, definitely going to be some steward words in the steward's I can't speak now. Definitely a ticket going to be raised about that, as Boj overtaking some back markers there.
Also, Boj is 50 seconds behind Roman, so yeah, I don't think he'll be jumping Roman on his next pit stop.
Yeah. I'm trying to keep a straight face, but the trouble is putting hilarious jokes on the trap in the chat. We started with Lee Root, you know, like Groot, as you said, and now we've got Lee Root Jenkins.
I think some drivers have definitely taken a Lee Root Jenkins approach to certain overtakes this race.
Yeah, definitely. I'm surprised we haven't seen this. I'm upset we haven't seen the safety car. As much as it is good for more racing, we haven't seen the safety car as Fennec letting Boj by. Yeah, we haven't seen the safety car. And I'm just... We've had safety cars. Well, except for Monaco, of course. We've had safety cars all other race that haven't been the safety cars. We see Kaku, and I believe that is that Need the lap in front? I think that is... No, that's too fast as well, in front, a back marker.
Yeah, he's a
Kaku,
lap
so
down on Cuckoo.
So not battling in the pits.
As Cuckoo drives over to a fast pit crew.
Definitely
Stewart's
going to
inquiry pending there.
Yep. The potential assassination of too fast pit crew. A clear advantage.
Cuckoo declaring there one-sidedly that they have lost leg privileges. Yeah, not a whole lot of battles going on right now, so let's take a look at who's got the fastest lap at the moment.
Yeah, not seen these for a long time. Of course, looking straight away at the best lap, we're seeing Roman with a 1:45.
Flat.
Is that better than his quali? No, that isn't better. His quali lap was 2 seconds quicker, but still, though,
yeah, his quali lap was a 42 or 43.
Is anyone else in the 45s or even 46s? Yes, Xavius just in the 46s, so Xavius clearly having the pace over some over potentially Mats and Boj. We could be seeing him moving up into the podiums later this race.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. If Boj makes one more mistake, he'll definitely be in the clutches of that group of Mats and Xavius again, as Dudex continue to drop back a little bit.
Something that I didn't notice, I was just taking a sip of water, is Ash and Kira sadly have having a 10-second penalty, I'm guessing, from speeding in the pit lane.
Ooh, that is unfortunate. Who would it put him behind at this stage?
Sorry?
Who would be behind, I mean, like, gain a position from that penalty at this stage in the race?
At this stage in the race, I definitely think Jedlin and well, potentially Need the lap as well if he somehow gains 20 seconds.
30 actually. As Xavius is now pitting as well, right behind Mats, and I think he gained a bit of time on the entry there.
Oh, hopefully not getting a penalty, because that was very quick going in there. But that shows the pure pace of
no penalty.
No penalty. So yeah, this is going to be a pit stop for position. This is our first one. Who is going to be going for the less fuel? Who is going to have less damage? Who is going to come out first?
That's going for 51 liters.
Let's have a look at Xavius. The hands are up in the air. He hasn't been lowered yet. He's been lowered. They're trying to let him out.
They're still filling up the car. He's got 48.
So having less. So clearly trying to get the undercut by his pit crew, just not letting him out in time. But this will be interesting. Both cars on equal pace, but we've seen best lap. And Xavius being the second quickest. Overall when it comes to best lap.
Yeah,
maybe
best lap versus dirty air will definitely be an interesting fight.
Yeah, this dirty air definitely being probably the most annoying thing about this race currently.
Yeah, exactly. It's keeping a lot of fights a little over the half a second range for the most part, but it is interesting. I think the extra 3 liters that Xavius has put on, which, let's face it, it's not really a different strategy, may very well have cost him that position in the pit lane because it's probably maybe a second's worth of pit time.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, because well, in this point of the race, when it comes to pit stops and trying to get a better stop, every litre, every small amount of repair will decide who comes out in first.
And meanwhile, Laruti's received a penalty as well. Let's check how severe that is.
Looks like to also be a speeding one, sadly. Good. That is going to be good news for Fennec, as Fennec will probably now be in the, I believe the points are top 15. So Fennec now making it into the points.
Yeah, Fennec steadily making overtake after overtake. He's got quite the mountain to climb, but I think he's going for it.
Yeah, we'll hopefully see him making some more moves later towards the end, as we are 10 laps in. No, not 10 laps in. 10 laps left of this race. So I do wonder, will we be seeing any more grid changes?
That is a car without a front wing. I think that is that Gogo.
That is Svi. Yes, 10th place Svi. Clearly having a massive. He's absolutely lost his suspension. No control.
I don't think I've ever seen a car crab that much.
That is. I'm going to be very surprised if he makes it into the pit without losing. Well, I think we might even see a retirement here, because that is going to be a long pit stop. There's going to be a lot of damage. Hopefully, I think that's Dudek coming out. Hopefully, he gets out the way of Dudek.
Well, keep in mind, if SC finishes this race, I think he should still make it in the points, because our last points paying position is currently a lap down, so.
Ooh. Svi letting those cars. You can just see the car and how much damage it's got. It's basically going a bit sideways at this point.
Yeah, it looks like it's turning the one direction when it's actually turning the other, so that's definitely an abomination of physics right there.
Yeah, Daylau definitely going to be rejoicing over this, as it will gain, well, everyone actually rejoicing, as we'll see. Probably Daylau, Exus, Pole, and possibly, I don't know if it'll be enough for maybe Pole or Fennec, but we will be seeing some definitely grid order changes going through these.
I assume by everyone you mean everyone not including Gogo.
Of course, sadly.
Unless he has developed some sort of newfound masochism.
This is actually his twin, so that he's trying to he's trying to make moves on himself. Or as he overruns the pit lane.
His twin, no slow girl.
No slow. Sadly though, Svi's teammate Ellie unable to make the race. I did always like I do like both Svi and Ellie's livery. Just the patterns and everything look amazing, as we see Roman who is 25 seconds in front of Boj. Oh my god, that is quite rapid.
And we've got Jedlin back in the pits as well with the Racing Point pink livery.
Yeah.
And since this is probably the most underappreciated car in this race, the safety car.
Of course, we gotta have a look at the
wonderful
safety
livery.
We when it comes to you know, the final last, you know, all the bashing and stuff, we have to cut to him, because he's gonna become a monster truck compared to those Formula Renault cars.
And in case you were wondering, this is the view that Eisenschenk has over turn 1.
You know what? I wouldn't mind being the safety car myself at this point. Very, as you can just hear all the cars. He's flashing his lights, He's probably got that, the script on. If he got that working, that's going to be awesome.
Yeah, if it's not the script, his finger is about to fall off, so.
Yeah. All the lights, that is quite amazing, right? The fact that there are things to be able to do that.
We've lost another driver. There's only 16 left.
Oh no, it's not Gogo. Is Gogo still in the race?
I think it might be him. He's the one who's left.
So Fennec clearly advancing to that position and moving up into 14th place. Meanwhile, we
Oh,
have
there's quite the gaggle of cars here.
yeah, meanwhile we have believe are those
I don't
cars
think any
fight?
of them are on the same lap, though.
Yeah, I think they are all either backmarkers or thingers. I think that's either Roman or Maps. Um, behind. Will Jedlin get out the way in time?
Yeah, that will be Matt's,
That will be
actually.
Maps then getting out the way. I think making it a bit harder than usual. But yeah, definitely allowing oh, was Jedlin in the wall?
Oh, right after his pit stop, too.
That is very, very unfortunate.
And he's crabbing as well, although that might have been because of the curb.
Yeah, that is really unfortunate for BW Sentinel Motorsport. As we see Delau fly past his competitor there.
Yeah, that's probably the easiest overtake of his career.
And we say that he locks up going into the next corner. And yeah, actually I believe letting his teammate by. His teammate actually overtaking him.
What position is his team? I think his
Sixth.
teammates in.
Ashin Kira.
Yeah, he's in P6 right now, so he's a lap up.
Yeah, so yeah, Ashin Kira definitely doing good, but sad about that 10-second penalty. Whether that will still come into effect towards the end of the race is unknown.
Yeah, at this rate, he may be the final driver to finish on the lead lap, so it might not have much of an effect on his race.
That would be really good to a really good advantage to have. So,
As Xavius is crawling closer and closer to Matt's. A second ago, he was within a second, so.
yeah, we're heading into the last potentially 5 laps, as I believe Roman is about to come around the last corner to make it 5 laps left. As he,
let's quickly check the fuel loads to see if anyone in the top 10 still needs to pit for fuel. No, 34, that's probably enough as well.
Dudek's still in 3rd place, I've just realised.
Yeah, he might not need to pit, so it'll be up to Mats and Xavius to catch him on fresher tires.
Yeah, definitely. He's 13 seconds up, so it's going to be quite a good strategy, and I will applaud him for that if he gains. But I think Matt's gaining quite a bit of time there, going down the straight on Dudek, so whether his tyres will fall off towards the end, as Matt is 2 tenths faster than his fastest lap currently. He's clearly going to be pushing for that 3rd place.
Matt will have to catch him by a good 2 seconds per lap, though, if he still wants to make that overtake.
Yeah, we still do have to he still does have to remember that pressure behind from Xavius. Because Xavius, yeah, as you said, that he is going to be trying to draw him in, probably pushing harder than Matt's to try and get that 4th position. But we see the nice blue car of Fennec gaining on Jedlin, who has probably pitted for damage, so he's probably on better tyres. But oh, both cars getting quite a bad exit out of that corner. But Fennec now in the 2nd of Jedlin up ahead in that BW Sentinel Motorsports.
Yeah, these curbs not taking any prisoners today.
I don't think he's going to be able to get the run down here, but I definitely think we'll be seeing a move going through the last corner, potentially a run or something. And then, of course, move into the first. As yeah, he is gaining, and Jedlin clearly locking up and going a bit wide there. As yeah, Jedlin now, you can see him defending a bit now. You can feel the pressure. He can feel, he can hear Fennec's car all over the back of him. As yeah, Jedlin's tyres clearly not up to heat, or maybe overheating a bit too much. Is Fennec going to try go for a move around the outside? Is he going to go for a dive down here? No. Oh! Fennec almost slamming straight into the back of Jedlin. That was a very, very close one. Going to be wanting to go for a run off this corner and potentially go for a dive going into corner 1. Will he get a run? He's 4 tenths off, and that time is going higher and higher, so I don't see a potential move.
As needle lap pits from P8.
Unfortunately, that was probably for damage, as Kaku now overtaking him as he is in the pits.
Fennec having a really, really nice recovery drive, though. Definitely capitalizing on other people's mistakes and just clawing his way back up through the field.
Fennec getting a lot better line going through this S section. And is very, very, well, almost close. If it went for dirty air. Very close to the back of Jedlin. Jedlin gets a bad run off this corner. Can Fennec optimize it? Not optimize it, taking advantage from it as he's literally on the gearbox of Jedlin. If we don't see a move now, I don't know when we'll see a move.
But we'll definitely not see a move if the camera points that way.
As we're now watching from the drone up above, the car's clearly Jedlin having more move, but Jedlin moving to the left to try to defend off from Fennec. Can Fennec make it around the outside? He'll somehow do an undercut from him. No, as he stay. Oh no, he's tried the undercut. Which, will, however, will turn to the outside of the next corner. He's trying to go all the way round. He has got the inside to the next corner. Can he certify that move? Oh, but Jedlin trying to go all the way round. But sadly outbraking himself, it looks like. And Fennec, what an amazing move going into these next two corners.
Yeah, Jedlin definitely not giving up that position without a fight, but I think those tires might just not have the grip anymore in the slow speed sections. But yeah, very, very clean racing, and you absolutely love to see it.
Very much, very much. As you see, Xevious, he's gained about a tenth or two on Mats. And whether he's going to be able to potentially make a move, he's going to be wanting to get within that second. He's going to be trying to get him in that second to potentially get, well, as much as he will get dirty air, he will also be looking for that slipstream for the straights. As we see Laruti gaining on Too Fast, not Need Lap, Too Fast. Oh, it looks like Too Fast has made a mistake.
He has.
And Laruti absolutely taking advantage of that.
And Cuckoo with a really late pit stop. What? There's 108 liters in Cuckoo's car.
Oh no! This has got to be for damage, and they clearly haven't changed their strategy, sadly.
Oh no. No, that is Cuckoo preparing for a marathon over here.
Yeah, potentially wanting some more fuel to celebrate the end of the race. But
Cuckoo's going to be absolutely face palming at that one. That is not good for their points.
Yeah,
as we've lost another driver. I'm not sure who it is.
Another driver? Yes, as I now see Eisenshank. If we lose one more, Eisenshank is going to be in the points. He is our safety car driver, but he does count on the timetable.
I think it might be someone in the top 10.
We are looking.
We are checking. Because I see Needlap still in P8, and I think he pitted from P8 earlier.
Yes. You see Xevious is clearly gained on Mats. Whether he has got the pace to go for that overtake or stick with him during the dirty air is another question. But with only 3 laps, well, coming down to 2. No, 3. Hold on, I'm trying to think. Yeah, 2 laps to go actually.
As Cuckoo comes back out in P12.
Xavier's getting a tank slapper and losing
really pushing to get close to Mats there.
On Matt, sadly.
Still has some time to make the move, about 2 or 3 laps left. As Matt seems to be taking it extra cautiously into turn 1, that gap's shrinking ever closer.
Yeah, I think Dudek definitely, as we said earlier, possibly going for that overcut, and that overcut evidently working because you're right, those both, I think Ashton Kieran, the cars he hadn't pitted yet, may have messed up both Xevious and Mats's chances for a podium.
Yeah, I think they're going to be a few laps short as long as Dudek can keep it on the road, and Mats seems to be struggling on the exit there.
I wonder, is Matt's tyres a bit hot? But he does seem to be. Actually, looks like Xevious is gaining and gaining. Down, he gets out the second zone, sadly, but he will be trying to carry his way all the way back up.
Yeah, I feel like Xevious is getting a lot in the braking zone, so he's definitely pushing harder than Mats. Mats trying to not throw away this P4 result.
Yeah. It's going to be
They've halved the gap to Dudek. It's about 6 seconds now.
6 seconds. I'm actually very surprised they gained that much.
Yeah, Dudek may very well be trying to bring it home as well, so we can prepare ourselves to hear a very exciting celebration at the end of this.
Yeah, one of Dudek being probably, when it comes to podiums, probably the most excited out of all the drivers. As I think we are going to be seeing a battle. As much as Xevious did make that small mistake, I do believe we might be seeing a battle between these two going into probably the last lap. As he is almost in 5/10 of him. This Dartier is going to play a massive part though, and possibly keep him out of the second zone.
Yeah, he's already lost half a second again.
But you can see Xevious trying to absolutely wrestle that car and get out of it as, yeah.
Losing a lot of time on the curbs. You want to really avoid the curves, because not only do they pull your car away from the ideal racing lane, they also slow you down in this game, so.
Yeah, they are known for, to be honest, I've seen other track curbs, and I can't lie, these are the most dangerous ones out of all of them.
Yeah, I'd say these and the ones around Laguna Seca may very well be some of the most dangerous ones in the game.
Yeah, I can say that for certain. As we're seeing, well, we're now on board with Roman on the final lap. Well, I hope this back marker ahead doesn't all of a sudden just brake check him. It would be quite hilarious, but really unfortunate to see. As yeah, letting him go, as we are a civilized community. And yeah, Roman going through this stadium section for the last time of this season at least. Well, actually for the last time of Project Cars in this actual league. So yeah, we will see him go through the last of the corners. Coming through the penultimate corner and finally into the final one. And it is Roman by a whole 35 seconds who wins the American Grand Prix, the Circuit of the Americas. Woo!
Yeah, dominant display there from Roman, so well-deserved victory. We've got Boj still in P2, entering the final few corners.
Yeah, I wanted to, this is good for him as well, because those will be points up. These will be points as well for him to try and gain on his on both his teammate and Lewis Marlowe, who sadly did not was not able actually to attend this race. As I say that, he does actually type in my chat. But yeah, a really good lap for us. We see, is that Mats?
Yeah, that's Mats, and Dudek is within sight, but it's 3 seconds with just a few corners to go.
So as Dudek going through these last couple corners. Hopefully Xevious not spinning. I'm just gonna, yeah, you know what, let's just cut to Dudek. Dudek once again getting another 3rd place. And getting that podium just like last race. I wonder, are we going to be seeing a podium streak from Dudek all of a sudden?
Well, there's one thing I know, and that's that the Winged Hussar is once again flying, so that's congratulations to him on P3 and P4 and 5 for Mats and Xevious.
Yeah, Xevious also, yeah, coming. I mean, those last laps were very close between, actually. I feel like if there were a couple laps left, I think Mats and Xevious might have been in a chance. As we see Jedlin.
Has Jedlin finished?
I don't know. Fenix
yeah, these are
finished.
celebrating cars, absolutely.
As we see,
Roman's actually entered the pits. Has he done a whole extra lap?
I think
finishing?
he's done a whole lap. By the time we've been speaking and talking, yes, you see the safety car.
That is a very broken safety car.
Clearly, Clearly celebrating, probably wanting to get a bit of the action there, but definitely happy that the race has finished and that everything has finally come to an end. So as we check the timing charts, we see Roman with a with almost
144.
It wasn't 35 seconds, it was almost 40 seconds ahead, and with a 144. And who's the closest fastest lap? I think that was actually Boj with a 45, so almost an entire second, well, more than an entire second than the fastest person. Of course, Ash and Kira getting the 10-second penalty as well as the Ruti. Those not actually coming into effect, though. So luckily for them. But unfortunate for all those drivers that sadly DNF'd. I'm also going to quickly save the replay before I forget. And we will hopefully be seeing some people enter the
Box of shame.
The box of shame. It's gone from an interview waiting area to a box of shame. And I will quickly grab to that. Okay. I have actually prepared for this moment, actually, because I've now got... Oh, my game's crashed again. Damn it. It does save me a bit, though, because I do have time. Thankfully, it happened now, as we're seeing people hop into the interview area. I need to get rid of qualifying. I need to get rid of those signs. There we go. Oh, I should just stop that. There we go. So now just picture. But yeah, what a good race. I'm gonna wait for a couple more people, just in case, because oh my god, that was a great race by Boj on the alternate strategy.
Yeah, I think it might be a good time to start because we've got pretty much half the lobby in the ready for interview chamber right now.
I was waiting for so who should we start with then? We got quite the selection. We got Ash and Kira and his teammate Daylau. We got Double, Dudek, Fennec, and Trouble. So
why don't we start with Trouble as a privilege for providing you with some entertainment during the race?
Yeah, those, I can't lie, those jokes very much were cracking me up.
Right, with time. Hello.
Hello. An unfortunate race for yourself, sadly, as I believe you did crash out, but
yeah, with technical difficulties. Wheel difficulties.
Oh, did it just disconnect?
No. What happened? Well, I don't know. It might have disconnected. I don't know exactly what caused it, but basically, partway through one of the S's, it was just like, I'm not going to register what you're doing with the wheel. I'm just going to turn you fully to the left while I'm trying to turn right. So it just drove. I just watched as it drove me straight into the barrier and gave me, I think it was like 160 suspension damage.
Oh wow!
And I was like, I don't fancy a 3-minute pit stop.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, I think the game may have been trying to send you down a different track layout.
Yeah, I mean, it already wasn't like my computer already wasn't very happy because I couldn't set a good time in qualifying because it would average like 2 to 3 sort of big stutters per lap. Which they at least didn't do anything with the controls, so they didn't force me to crash. They just made me make mistakes. So I just had a bad quali, and then the race was actually going fine until that. So
yeah, tell us about your race.
Well, I got a good lap, or good start rather. Had a small bit of, like, really small bump with, can't remember exactly who it was. I feel like it might have been Daylau just at the first corner, just because I took quite a tight line. It only gave me like 3 front aero, and it wasn't really noticeable. Then sort of bumped Texas a bit in the S's, and again, I think it basically caused a few people to sort of have to avoid, so it ended up all sort of being a bit of a mess, but there was no like big crash.
Oh, sure, yeah. Exus is actually one of the guys who did not finish.
Yeah, but he left quite late. I wonder why that was.
So he's the one who went missing towards the end. Yeah, at a certain
Yeah,
moment we
yeah.
lost
I think
somebody.
Eisenschenk said it in chat.
I thought that was
Ah,
yeah, I thought that was Svi who because Svi had a crash.
No, Svi left a bit earlier on.
Oh, he just.
Eisenschenk was literally like right towards the end.
Oh, that
yeah,
is
that is hugely
unfortunate.
unfortunate.
Yeah, I wonder why that was because he seemed to be doing quite well. So that's a shame for him. But yeah, funny enough, after that sort of stuff at the beginning, it just sort of settled down, and I was gaining on. Well, I think I sort of came out basically fighting with Paul. Had a good little fight with him for about a lap, and then sort of just managed to stay ahead a bit. I think Too Fast was ahead, but I think at that point he'd got damage from somewhere, so it was quite easy to overtake him. And yeah, after that, it was basically just sort of managing the distance between the few people behind. With I know at one point, Kaku, I think it was, came out of the pits because I don't know if they had damage or they pitted or pitted for tires or whatever. But I think that was about lap 7 or 8, and they came out right behind, and then at the end of the S's, they I think span. So after that, it was just sort of I went from trying to defend immediately to just trying to manage the gap. So I was just sort of trying to not make any major mistakes and just keep the gap to Paul and Too Fast behind, so they wouldn't have to go defensive and lose a lot of time,
Well, it's
and
definitely good to
sort
hear
of
that's
just try and go fast enough to keep up with Needle Lap in front.
That's definitely good to hear that you still had a pretty interesting race despite how unfortunate it ended, because it would be even worse to have like a really boring race and then crash out because of problems.
Yeah, I did have an interesting race, and although it was starting to get to the point where it was getting slightly less interesting just because people were spreading out, with like the amount of pit stops and the different things happening, I don't think it would have been a bad race. It was just sort of a bit unfortunate with the technical issues, but I don't know, not much I can do about that. So still had some fun.
And that's what it's all about. We definitely hope you can get those sorted sometime in the near future. I'm seeing Matt's in the ready for interview room. Has he
Yeah.
gotten a mic recently?
Well, he's still muted in Discord, so I'm assuming no.
I wonder what
Um,
would happen if we'd pull him in.
Yeah.
the other thing I actually noticed about this league so far for me is I've only finished one race,
Oh no.
and it's Monaco
Hey.
because I didn't start. Well, I didn't attend the first race. Monaco I finished. Last week I just made a mistake and binned it, and then this week I've had technical issues. So it's been four races, and the one I've finished is the one where I crashed the most.
That definitely makes me wonder what's gonna happen next race.
Yeah, next race is Silverstone, isn't it?
Yeah, the British track. Yes.
Yeah,
British.
yeah, and that one's not raining like Spa was, so chances are I might have a bit better chance
Yeah, and the walls are further
at
away as well.
not
So if
binning
the
it.
wheel, so if your wheel tries any shenanigans, you may well survive at that time.
Maybe we'll see, but yeah, the wheel shenanigans only happened this race, so hopefully this isn't a consistent thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's did it occur at all during any of the practice you did, or?
No. I mean, some of the sort of stuttering with, I think it was just sort of because when there's weather effects, often makes my computer run worse, and fog, I think, was just sort of pushing the limits of what my computer could handle. But yeah, no, wheel issues, there was basically nothing until that moment. So yeah, I don't know what happened with that, but
Well,
as long as it's not consistent, then it shouldn't be too much of an issue.
yeah, we definitely hope you'll be able to enjoy the next race without any issues like that. And I'd definitely like to thank you as well for keeping Nismo entertained during the race.
Yeah, your,
Yeah,
your
just trying to
jokes
make
were
him laugh,
very
yeah.
funny. Yeah, I kept on looking at the chat going, try not to laugh, try not to laugh.
Yeah.
Keep
Yeah, I
it
think we'll
coming.
be-
I did find it interesting when I first joined the chat, and I could barely hear the two of you over the cars.
Oh,
I am
no.
very
Because the cars were really loud, and then I could hear you barely.
Yeah.
It's like you were standing right next to the car,
I
because
thought
effectively that's where the camera was.
I thought I'd changed it because I think earlier I'd actually gone okay, I did a test and I thought okay, I'm clearly loud, but then what I did was when I went to go change it, because you click on, I went to
Yeah,
change the thing, and instead I changed the background volume of a different thing, and then
yeah. The
when you
thing is,
told,
your voice volume was fine. It's just that no matter what the like master volume is, if the car's louder, you can't hear you anyway.
yeah. Oh, I'm happy you told me that on towards the lap 10. I think it was lap 10 you told me, but I think you
Yeah.
single-handedly sort of saved the stream there as well. So
Because people could actually hear what you were saying.
And we'll definitely be interested to hear what the rest of the drivers have to say as well. So
Yeah.
thank you,
Yeah.
Trouble, for coming in tonight and helping us out. And definitely hope to see you again for the next one.
I would like to say one thing before going.
No. No, it's okay. Go
Lead
ahead.
route Jenkins.
Alright.
See ya.
That'll definitely become a tradition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See you for the next one.
Oh.
All right, let's pull in Matt's and see if he might try and type anything in chat.
Yeah, that's okay. This is gonna feel so weird. I've never had the pleasure of bringing Matt into a commentary.
Oh, he just left the ready for interview.
Oh no! I've got it. I'm holding him right now. It's about to let go. Okay, slowly put him back. Slowly put him back. Okay, that was so scary. It's like when you said he's gone back. I was literally about to. I had both hands on it, ready to let go.
Alright, how about we bring in our other Ubble rhyming driver, Double, who had the
Okay.
unfortunate incident.
Yeah, I believe that was towards lap 2 and 3. Yeah, very close. No, towards lap 10 actually. Normally a lot of stuff happens to lap 10. Let's bring him in.
Oh,
Hello.
I want to cry.
Don't do it live. Don't do it live on Twitch.
I genuinely want to cry.
Yeah, Double, we saw that incident and
Don't tell me you commentator jinxed me. If you do, I'm walking out of this interview right now.
We did no such thing.
We would never.
Absolutely not. But we actually saw how you sacrificed your own car by driving into the wall to get out of their way, and then just
Oh
that
no!
happened.
Do you want me
and,
to tell you what happened? I hit the wall at 12 miles an hour. 70 suspension damage.
That
I
is...
think I think you may have discovered another spa pit wall, but at Coda.
70. I tried to pull it out to get back to the pits. No, any input of throttle, straight into the next competitor next to me and killed him. Best start of my career, moving up from P15 to P8, and I bottle it in classic fashion.
Yeah, very unfortunate there. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, you had a really good start, and definitely moving up. I think you even got past your teammate as well at one point.
No, I got close. I didn't get past.
Double, can you tell us if there was anything said in the chat at the time of the incident?
No, nothing was said. I just apologized and left. I had a popcorn barrel next to me, right? It was empty. By the time after the incident, say 5 minutes left, it was broken up into about 10 pieces, maybe more.
I mean, at least it wasn't your monitor screen. That's a lot more people would have instantly gone
coat
for
hanger also may have been sacrificed to the gods.
Yeah,
Definitely following the example of your car there, very unfortunately. But can you tell us if the decision to drive into the wall, was that on purpose to make sure no one would collect you at that unfortunate spot on track, or?
What? Which one are we talking?
What first happened was you spun out and you were on the racing line, like just past the crest, and then we saw you like speed out of there, but into the wall, which seemed to be like you were sacrificing your car so no one else would run into you at first.
Oh no, I took out someone else accidentally.
Well,
That's why I
we
ended
saw
up
you
there.
take someone else out after you'd already hit the wall.
Yeah.
But so that decision to go, was it a decision to go into the wall, or was that an
Oh
accident?
no, I completely just let go of my wheel and just got out of my seat. Completely. I completely just left the room.
Wait, so you got out before you hit the wall?
No. No. Yeah, I got out of my seat completely after I hit the wall.
Oh,
Well,
after you hit the wall.
No, not after I no. So hit the wall first, the first wall. I tried to rush it back to the pit, spun in front of Eisenschenk, killed him, got out of the seat, then quit the game.
Eisenschenk is, I believe, the safety car driver.
Oh well,
I
it
think
was an
Mozzie,
A at the
Mozzie,
beginning of the
Mozzie.
name.
I believe
It was the A at the beginning of the name. I can't remember.
Could be Ashen.
Assassin Kira, then maybe I think it was.
I believe
but
it was. I thought it was a grey car because I did see.
I killed someone. That's all I know.
Yeah, yeah, very unfortunate race
I
though.
genuinely don't know why I keep turning up.
Oh, you had a good result last time. Don't say
Exactly.
that.
But,
Yeah, but I mean, my luck in this series has been awful.
Do you
First
think
race of the season, disconnected on the count of 0. Second race of the season, couldn't even attend because I was sick. Third race of the season, couldn't get a proper lap in because of puddles that were existed on my screen but didn't exist on anyone else's, even though I waited the 5-minute clock. This race.
very unfortunate. At least last race though, you came P12, was it?
I think it was P13.
That's...
Well, it doesn't matter because all my points from that race are gonna get removed because I killed someone.
Well, I think
So
one
I'm
thing
gonna
to
go
look
back
forward
to
to
negative.
for I think one thing to look forward to for the next race is the fact that, for one, the walls are further away, and number two, you had another
No,
good
I'll
start
still
this
find
race.
a way to hit them. I genuinely can't be bothered anymore. I honest to God don't know why I keep turning up.
Well, it's the effort that counts. But yeah, yeah, an unfortunate race though, and well, we hope to see you in the next coming ones.
Yeah, I don't know if I will or not, but if I do, then
Well, just know that we definitely consider the happy double we heard last week to most definitely be worth it. So we'll be wishing you the best for the next few races, and hope for some better luck next time.
yeah, same hopefully. But I know it's not gonna be my day. It never is.
How was your day last week?
Barely. I pretty much used up all my luck that race.
Oh, it's still a little early days to call it for the rest of the season, but yeah, we'll be seeing you hopefully be seeing you next week, and definitely wishing you some strength there.
Yeah, well, yeah, we hope to see you next week. Have a good one. And
Right, see you next week maybe. Alright, bye.
Good night. Now let's see. I think Matt has actually re-entered the ready for interview. Shall we try and pull him
let's
in
do it.
anyway?
Let's do it again. We got to drag him in. Okay, I'm gonna take this back. Okay, you ready? I'm not missing this opportunity. Let's drag him in. Hello, Matt. Is there like a? I'm trying to have a voice text. Let's see a voice text. No league chat. That's it. Hello, Matt. A really good race for you today. Believe starting 4th and finishing 4th. Very almost. I feel like you were gaining on Dudek towards the end, and you're definitely pushing with Exevius behind you. I don't know if you can have any comment on this, but what was your whole strategy going into the race today?
That is most fascinating indeed. Yeah, we definitely saw you, Matt, catching Dudek quite significantly in the final few laps, and I think if you had just a couple more, you definitely would have made that move, and definitely gotta say well done as well for keeping Xevious behind, who at some point during the race had the second fastest lap of everybody. So it's definitely not an easy kind of driver to keep behind.
Yeah, very well. We I guess we won't keep you for too long. But yeah, an amazing race, and I hope to see you the next race where maybe you may be fighting Kays and Lewis again. Hopefully, see them next week. So yeah, I'll drop you back in to the ready to me. Hopefully, see you next week.
That was
That is
definitely one of the.
that's been the best interview so far. I cannot
It
lie.
was definitely one of the interviews of all time.
One of the greats right there. One of the greats. So I'm looking up and down, and I'm seeing the person which I wanted to interview. Boj has entered the ready for
The building.
interview. Yes, and I'm gonna have to bring him in. Hello, hello.
Bögefrans, are you alive?
I am. Can you hear me all right?
Yes, we can hear you. Congrats on that that P2 and at some point also the net race lead.
Yeah, well, thanks. This was I came into to this interview just because I wanted to talk about the strategy today. So went for a one-stopper, which was interesting. I think with the pace that Roman had, there was just no chance to keep up with him, especially with all the dirty air in the second sector. You're just gonna get lost anyway. So I had to do something different, and so I went for a one stop, and it was I think it was an okay strategy in the end.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw P3 Dudek. The one stop seemed to be an absolute masterstroke for him, jumping at least 2 cars in the race with that strategy. So, did you have any discussion with your teammate before starting the race, even if he wasn't able to make it this time?
No, I decided like lap 7 that well, why not try? So this wasn't really well planned at all, but I knew I had the pace, but I didn't want to risk it to fight Roman and his pace on this track with all the dirty air. He's probably a little bit faster anyway, so that wouldn't have been a joyful race.
Yeah, he ended up getting past you quite quickly, but I imagine he was on much fresher tires at that time.
Oh yeah, that makes all the difference. And there's no point like deliberately trying to block him and keep him behind me when when the pace difference is so massive. But yeah, it was interesting. I think Dudek, as you said, it paid off for him to go with the one stopper. Slightly surprised, but this is so different from track to track, so you never really know in advance before the race.
But you do seem to be a fan of putting a lot more fuel in the car than your rivals, and it seems to work out for you most of the time.
Yeah, well, again, I think just with the one-stop strategy, I had all that fuel, so I had to use it somehow. Otherwise, it would probably be best to start with, I don't know, 40, 50 liters and refuel. But I like to have a little bit extra because of a few times in my life I've run out of fuel, and that's no fun at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely seen some world-class drivers have to do a lot of fuel saving towards the end of some races, and it rarely ends well for them. So it's definitely good to have a little bit extra in the tank.
Yeah, absolutely. So I hope you guys enjoyed commentating the race, or was it slightly boring?
There were a few
Mixed.
moments that the gaps were reasonably large. We had one moment where we literally were just looking at the safety car's point of view during the race.
Okay. Well, thanks for commentating. I look forward to watch it. Have a good night, boys.
You too.
You too. Hope you enjoy it.
Thanks. Bye.
See you next time. Now, Nismo, who do you think we should pull in next?
Okay, so I've actually started seeing in the chat. It seems to be
Oh, literally the entire chat has become... Well, the Ready for Interview has become the entire chat.
Everyone wants to interview. I believe Dudek. We should bring Dudek in.
Ooh, I think I want to save his enthusiasm for last.
Okay, you know what? That's a good idea actually, and end on the possible highest note possible.
Yeah, let's
So
bring in Xevious since we interviewed
yeah,
Matt recently.
that's a good point. Very good point. Okay, and
Hello, Xevious. Congrats on that P5. We've
Thank you.
heard from Matt's in the chat that you put a lot of pressure on him. How'd the race go for you?
Frustrating. So I threw away a podium, which was a shame.
oh,
Yeah, it was definitely close between you three of you, Mats, and Dudek, and Dudek ended up jumping you guys with the pit stop, but Mats just being able to stay ahead on track. Did you did you think you might have been able to get past him with some of the mistakes he made, or was it just too difficult with the dirty air?
The mistake I made, I think, on lap 9 or 10, where I spun out in turn 2. When I was running B3 behind Boj really close, and I spun out because I touched the curb, and I fell behind. I think I fell to P5. And then that lap I went in to do my first pit stop, and I came out behind some slower cars, which then caused me to lose even more time. So I think that mistake I made was the main reason.
Yeah, we remember you got caught up behind Asashi and Kira and lost about 4 seconds to Mats, but you were able to once again close that gap, but just not quite able to get the overtake done.
Yeah, it seemed like towards the end of that second stint, I don't know, Mats seemed to lose pace, so I caught up really quickly to him, and it was a shame because at the time I think I was setting faster laps than him, and if I had had 1 more liter of fuel, I think I could have done another lap and then go into the pit, and I think I would have come out in front of him. But yeah, unfortunately, it was really, really tight on fuel, and I didn't want to risk running out.
Yeah, absolutely. It's to finish first, you got to first finish, and
Yeah.
we did notice as well that wait, hold on. What did we notice, Nismo?
um, well, I especially noticed that towards the end of the race, noticed that you were gaining and gaining, and I know only due to small amounts, but whenever you would gain, it would be as if dirty air would just affect you so bad. Was it how bad on track was the actual dirty air?
Uh, yeah, and in the first sector, it's I don't if you're within a second of the car in front, it's I don't know, it's terrible. It's just almost undrivable, especially in sector 1, where you basically have that one groove that you need to follow. And as soon as you like, if you go out of that groove even a little bit, if you lose a bit of speed or go a bit too wide, you're messing up the entire sector basically. So it was pretty terrible. But
Oh, absolutely. We did see a lot of people trying out different lines compared to the rivals in sectors 2 and 3, but as you say, it's just not really possible in sector 1.
yeah, sector 1, it's literally one line, and that's it. No, I think when I came out of the pits after my first pit stop, I think. Or actually, when Matt was coming out of the pit stop, I think I came out really, really close to him, and I did manage to get like side by side with him entering the S's, but since I was a bit more offline, I had to let him through basically, and I lost maybe a second uh, behind him because yeah, as soon as you're out of that groove, the entire sector is ruined.
Yeah, and I imagine it's not very kind on your tires either.
Yeah, the last few laps, I was really, really pushing, and the tires were giving up basically. And when you can't come out of the pits on fresh tires, and especially if you're in fresh air, that first sector can feel really, really amazing when you absolutely nail that line, and when you see that delta go green, it's amazing. But towards the end of the stint, when the tires are giving up on life, it's really, really hard.
Yeah, we definitely noticed I think it was the first stint, you had the second fastest lap of the race behind Roman, so there was definitely that potential in there.
Yeah, I think it was because I started on a lower fuel load than everybody else, especially the guys that were doing a one stop. So I think that's where my speed came from. But yeah, unfortunately, that mistake cost me a lot.
Yeah, it really just comes down to the smallest margin sometimes, and when you're at this level of competition, you sometimes
Yeah.
just cannot afford it.
Yeah, it was, it was just a spin. I managed to thankfully keep it out of the wall and keep going, but yeah. Well, those I think I lost some 4 or 5 seconds, and that was it.
Do you think next track will be a bit more raceable compared to this one when it comes to dirty air?
Which track is next?
I believe that would be
Silverstone.
Silverstone.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. That
Hopefully, it's going to be a lot
I
closer
don't.
racing though.
Yeah, there are more straights, so to like maybe try and fight use DRS and slipstreaming, but yeah, the corners are all basically fast, and the dirty air will be
Yeah, I'm
very
hoping
very bad.
that the extra hard braking zones will maybe bring the cars a tiny bit closer on that track.
Yeah, let's hope there isn't any Verstappen Hamilton incidents.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. So, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
in the
Overall,
end,
though, I really.
actually,
Sorry.
yeah, in the end, I think Eddie and I can be really happy with the team result. Finishing fifth and seventh, so it's at least it's some good points for the team.
Yeah, definitely extending your lead from Mo Power Baby, which is Fenix and Trouble's team.
Yeah,
Which
and I think we might be closing up the gap to the guys in front because both team in the front only had one driver in this race.
yeah,
So
yeah.
maybe we'll inch a bit closer.
Yeah, do you guys have a goal to bring your team to a certain standing this season?
Well, not really, but now that we are in the top three, I think we would love to stay in that top three.
Yeah, that's the kind of competitiveness we just love to see. I hope we'll see both of you again next week to
Yeah,
gather lots of extra points for that fight. And thanks for coming on.
yeah. Thank you, guys.
All right, good night to you. And then we still have to bring in both Fennec, Dudek, and Asashinkira. So how about we start with...
Did we already? I thought we bring. No, we bring in Trouble, didn't we? Should we start with Should we do Nico, and then
Sure.
bring in Fennec, and then of course end with Dudek. Hello.
Hello.
What an amazing race that you've had, finishing P6, I believe.
Yeah.
Which is just one of your best. I think it is. No, I can't remember. Hold on, I'll check. I'll check it a bit. Yeah, having a really good race though, finishing P6. Noting you did get a 10-second penalty about halfway
Yeah.
through the race. Did that put any pressure on you?
Definitely. I was just because Jadon was just breathing from behind into my neck, and I was just like, yeah, I will have definitely going. I have to put this 10-second distance between us, at least. And for the first 3 laps, 4 laps, I was very unconcentrated and did many mistakes. But then I focused, and then I was just seeing that every lap the gap was just getting bigger and bigger. And I don't know what happened, but in the end I had over a minute to the 7th place in the end to the race, because I don't know what happened to Jadlin. I don't know what happened to anyone behind me to get this big of a distance between me and them,
Yeah,
but I'm very certainly happy that it happened.
Jedlin sadly having an incident with one of the walls out of the hairpin before the main
Oh,
straight. So yeah, very unfortunate for him, but amazing for you, and definitely enabling you to get that gorgeous P6, which is actually joint with your best with speak hold on, which is your best finish just like your round 2 finish as well around Monaco. So
no, okay.
doing amazing job of, I feel like with like Monaco, keeping it out the
Yeah.
wall and not spinning. So you did
Yeah,
it
but
honestly. Yeah, amazing job.
I it's very funny that the only race I finished in 6 as well was Monaco, because in both races I basically on the first lap had to pit for damage and be basically dead last. in
Yeah,
both
I
races.
was gonna ask you about that actually. Could you
Okay.
tell us what caused that damage?
Yeah, on the first turn, on the uphill, I don't know if I locked up or if the car in front of me just braked harder than I was expected, but I bumped slightly into the car in front of me. I don't know if he get any damage. I don't really know who it was actually, but yeah, I have 10 front damage, and I um felt the oversteer that I've got from this was too much to handle, and I didn't want to make the same mistake as in the last race, where I basically um had the whole race front wing damage, and I definitely don't want to lose 5-6 seconds per lap because of that. So I went for the damage pit, and then luckily drove the whole race without any incidents or any damage.
Yeah, I'd say that's a textbook recovery right there. I mean, definitely made the right decision to pit for the repairs because every lap around this track is a fairly long one, so any damage is gonna just compound your time loss.
Yeah, and luckily I match and when I didn't pit for damage, I managed to get a one stop because I basically pitted once for tires and fuel, and then went the whole race on. So 17 laps per per lap per tire. What the fuck is wrong with me?
It's okay. I just had a moment as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, though. Still, though, that was the fact you came from last on the grid to sixth position behind. I should take a screenshot because I know you. But I think behind Xevious,
yeah.
which is
Yeah, so-
you know absolutely insane because those that group up ahead was just so quick. And as much as yes, you weren't with them to be at least behind them is an accomplishment in itself. In my opinion, is a really amazing job you've done here tonight. I don't think it was you, but I did notice that at some points there were, I don't know if it was Dayla, but or maybe it was the other orange team. There was contact going through that awful left corner just before the long right hander. Don't know if that was you. Were you involved in any collisions there?
No, I don't think I was because I have definitely no damage from that. But it was definitely very close on the 16th and 15th lap. Because right before I wanted to pit, because on this point it was very hard to keep the car straight and not spinning out or hit anything on the track, and um it got me distracted just to keep the car on the track that I lost kinda where the other cars on the track are, and nearly just and cut them off or hit them almost. But this situation is were the time where I just thought, yeah, you definitely have to pit right now, or you're just gonna kill someone or your car or whatever. And yeah, it was definitely luckily right at the time where I planned to pit, and it worked out.
Yeah, I mean, evidence shows it as well. Since yeah, it's just you keep on stunning us with these amazing out of nowhere drives, and
Yeah.
yeah, really good job, and we hope to see
Yeah, thank
you.
you.
Hopefully, well, if you're not there next week, I'm going to be massively disappointed. As with
Yeah, about that. I talked to Dalo about that, but I think I'm not be able to
no,
be
Nismo, you just
uh
commentators
I
cursed him
did
live.
it again.
be yeah, but it's because of something. I have to repair my car in real life because my gearbox that was damaged before just decided yesterday, okay, it's finally time, and it broke down completely. It's almost
No.
undrivable. Gear shifting is very nerve wracking, and any stress on the gears and stuff in the gearbox is just every every upshift or downshift could be just make the whole thing explode like that and everything break down. But yeah, so I have to get a new car, and then I swap engine, and gearbox and all this stuff and make my car ready. And this, when I have time for it, this will be exactly at Monday. And then I think, I mean, when I'm got very lucky, I can participate, but I don't think it will happen. I think on next Monday I'm not there.
Ah. Still though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be one lengthy pit stop.
Hope.
Yeah.
That was good. Yeah. Hopefully that gets all sorted, and
Yeah.
we'll miss you. We will miss you. Don't worry. Um. But yeah. Hopefully, well, if we don't see you next week, I'm hoping to see you either before that or the week after that.
Yeah, the week after I will definitely be participating in the race if nothing bad happens, but it's not definitely not planned. And
Are you
but I think
commentating
we
cursing yourself right now?
nah,
We'll
but I
send
think
out a search party.
we will miss out on Dalo the week after. I think he said he's missing out on Monza, but I let me just real quick check. Um, yeah, I don't know, but I think he said he's not there for Monza. Yeah, he's
It's
not there
fine.
on Monza.
You're gonna be standing in for each other. At least one of you's there.
Yeah, I'm very lucky that Monza isn't the track that I'm missing out on, because I was very looking forward to Monza. Really excited to drive
Oh, that's
on
good
this
to hear.
track.
But
And there's one good thing on missing out next week's race. Um, I have way more time to prepare for the track I really want to drive on.
Ooh, so we'll be looking forward to a good result from you there.
Yeah, I'm really hoping so. But I think
I mean,
when I'm managing to get 6 on a track that I really don't like and did not no practice at all, basically I think 20 minutes in total, and get 6, I kind of looking forward to when I have to practice almost 2 weeks for a track that I'm excited on to drive.
I mean,
The last time
yeah.
I could, sorry, the last time I could do almost 2 weeks of practice was in Catalonia, and there I got a pole position.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say we've seen you practice before. Practice for lengths and lengths of time, and Catalonia showed your pure raw pace. And if that's gonna be what you're gonna be delivering by missing one, oh my god, I'm looking forward to seeing that.
This may be
Yeah.
the only way to beat Roman.
But yeah, a great race, and we hope to see you in at least 2 weeks' time. Then.
Yeah, so we'll definitely be there, and definitely watching the stream, even though I can't race. But I have to watch out if Dalo is doing a good job. But I think he will.
Yeah, but yeah, honestly, amazing race, and we'll see you 2 weeks' time.
Okay, then bye bye.
See ya.
Good night. Now let us bring in Fennec, who had
Fennec.
his wonderful recovery drive tonight.
Hello, can I just say, Dudek wants to go to the shop and it closes in about 12 minutes.
Oh, okay,
So
I'll drag him in.
you might
I'll
want to
drag
drag him in quickly and do a quick interview with him.
Okay. Let's bring him in as well. Then.
Do you want to do it together or?
All right, Dudek, I want to
Or
hear
do
that
just
party
do him?
screech.
I am gonna fucking kill you guys. Shop closes in 10 minutes, so let's be quick, okay?
Yeah, an amazing race. By you coming P3. You're
Yeah, come on,
once
keep
again
it
getting a
going, keep it going.
podium.
Yeah.
At any point in the race, did you feel like the one stop wasn't going to work out for you, and that Mats was going to gain towards those end laps?
No, the two stop would have only worked if I was lapping consistently like 145s. So, and I would have had to overtake the others. I knew the one stop would have been slower, and especially the fact that I was only like lapping around about like 48, mid 48s, and I knew I could be consistent with that until the end of my stint. So as long as I didn't make any mistakes, I did make one spin, but I only lost like 5 seconds, but.
apart from that, I was able to make it work. So yeah, I just knew as long as I was consistent and didn't panic, I could keep the podium. As soon as I saw the two drivers go for the two stop, I knew I could just keep the one stop, and I would have a podium in the bag.
And
Yeah.
did you have that feeling as well in the final two laps when they were within about 3 seconds?
No, I saw that they were like slowing down their pace sort of towards the end. They weren't catching me as quick as they were like a few laps prior. And I knew I'd basically just timed it. As long as I just kept the lap consistent and just made no mistakes, there was no chance they were gonna get me. I could have probably gone for another lap. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it. Oh, go ahead, Nisma.
Definitely good to see your teammate as well after the race, rooting for you, being clearly showing how proud he is of you as well, because he had to miss the race,
Yeah.
which was unfortunate. But you clearly, bringing the team back up to that level.
Oh
And,
yeah, 100%.
and
Yeah, go ahead.
Now, Dudek, we may not have heard a victory screech tonight like we did last time, but I wanna know, what will you do if you win a race this season?
So if I win a race, then what?
Yeah, what will you do if you win one this season?
Well, you're
Ice
just gonna have
bucket
to wait.
challenge.
Ice button, no, but
The lava bucket challenge.
yeah, I'll probably do some really bad screech and get a noise complaint. So yeah.
All right, well, we're looking forward to that. I hope you still make it to the shop, and congrats on
Yeah.
your P3.
Okay. Thanks. Bye.
Have a good
Bye,
one.
everyone.
That's the quickest interview. All right, Phoenix. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, an unfortunate start to your race, but you definitely made it back up towards the end, snatching both P15 and 14. A very good job
Hey,
on that. Yeah, you
I
got.
finished in P10.
Wait, you finished with P10. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Hold on. Wait, what? In that case, well, I'm forgetting P15, 14, 13, 12, 11, and
I mean,
10. What?
I think
What?
one of them was Exus who had a
disconnect
something
or
go
something,
wrong.
yeah.
What world have I been
Yeah.
living on? Sorry.
Also, I have a question for you. How much practice do you think I did for this race? Considering
5
you normally
minutes.
ask me.
I'm gonna go
Okay, we'll see who's
for-
closer.
I'm
Go
gonna
on,
go
GT.
2 hours, 2 to 3 hours.
Martin is a lot closer. 0 seconds, 0 minutes,
Wait,
0
wait,
hours.
weren't you here for like practice though?
No, I turned up for qualifying and that was it. And
That
it's a
is
track that I
amazing.
haven't done a massive amount of before and I'm not a crazy fan of.
Yeah.
So it didn't yeah, it wasn't a recipe for a good race, let's say. And I mean the first lap I gained 4 positions somehow. And then after that it was a skill issue, slightly smaller skill issue. Then we got to the halfway point where I pitted because I was originally playing a one stop, and then I just made for up for over the rest of the race, just because I finally learned the track.
So you're saying that that amazing recovery drive was all the result of just innate talent?
No, it was basically the ability to watch Boj go around corners and copy him. Once he lapped me, yeah.
You make a really good
Because-
mine.
Eddie let me through on the second last lap, and my last lap was my fastest lap by 9/10.
Oh.
It was 1/10 quicker than my qualifying lap, despite the fact I was on similar amounts of fuel and shot tires.
Oh, well,
That just goes to show how much practice can help, because by the end of the race, you'd basically practiced for an hour.
Yeah, by the end of the race, I'd practiced for an hour, and I was back up to the pace where I would normally roughly be, compared to other people. So yeah. Although,
And how much practice do you think you'll be getting in for Silverstone next week?
I don't know, probably more than this, but I don't know, an hour.
I do have to ask now.
Either way, I know that track a lot better, and I prefer the track. So
Did your brother do more
should be fine.
practice than you?
Huh?
Did your brother do more practice than you? Because if that's so, oh no. Because he
What,
sadly
this
had that
time or last time?
disconnect. Not disconnect. This time, yeah. Because he had that massive fault with his wheel and that
Oh, okay.
crash. So
I don't really know what happened to him, I must say.
from what I've heard, he did a Doc Hudson and turned right and went left.
Oh yeah, I mean I did that a few times because I didn't really know how hard I could push some of the curbs in this car because I've only really ever done it in, like, I think LMP2s and GT3 cars where you can take more curve.
Yeah.
So the one before the hairpin onto the back straight was the one I span out the first 2 times. Firstly, spinning inwards because I took too much curve and basically hit the backside of the second half with the tire. The second time, almost catching it and then rocketing out the other side. Straight into a wall once again. I hit walls on both those. And then later on, about lap 12 or something, when the tyres were a bit more worn, I hit the curb and span it and sent off into the gravel. But thankfully not the wall. That would have been quite bad.
Yeah, it's definitely impressive to still land a P10 finish after all of that. I mean, we've seen people quit for less, so.
Yeah, I mean, I knew that some people later on might have issues. I mean, Exus had a crash or something with his
Yeah.
wheel. Gogo crashed. Cuckoo crashed with like 2 laps to go and she was in 8th. Speaking of which, did you know you got called out for pronouncing it wrong by Lewis?
Well, wait, what?
Cuckoo.
I saw that
It's
in chat,
cuckoo.
yeah.
Oh my god,
It's
no!
not cuckoo,
I've
it's
been saying
cuckoo.
that for the last 4 races. Why has no
I
one
know,
told
I've
me this
noticed it, but
before?
the thing is, I've noticed it, but I just laugh at you
It's-
saying it, so I haven't corrected you, and Lewis has finally corrected you.
it's the, s- it's the
It's not
same
quite as bad as
LaRoute.
LaRoute Jenkins, though.
Yeah, LaRoute Jenkins. Uh,
Yeah,
oh
LaRoute.
my god, I need to write an
Yeah.
apology letter.
And you keep calling LaRoute LaRoute.
LaRoute.
Just ignoring the last letter.
Exactly. Just tell me why, I guess.
Who are you going to pronounce wrong next time?
Oh,
Phoenix.
Phoenix. That's what Akashik calls you, actually. He calls you.
I mean, that I'm not really sure there's a wrong pronunciation,
okay,
really.
okay.
I don't really
I
care.
thought I could jump on that. I
Hennick.
can't.
Maybe you could pronounce call me Fenny, like
Fenny.
Kay spelt it once in on one of the sheets in the GT3 thing, I think it was.
I mean, if we really try our best, we can pronounce the PH as it is written, and sometimes the C is pronounced as an S, so.
Sonic. Like Sonic. Sonic. He's got the blue livery, he's got the blue car.
What?
It works. We're now gonna call you now Sonic. Of course I'm not gonna call you that, don't worry. Yeah, though.
I don't
Definitely
mind
going-
if you do, I think that would be quite funny.
Definitely going for the scenic route.
Yeah, no, that was amazing recovery, and what a night it's been. What a night it's been.
Yeah.
So,
Actually, one thing I was thinking is I heard you earlier talking with Boj about the first sector, saying there was only really one line.
I think
Yeah.
that was with Xevious.
I think there might have been towards the front, but I don't think anyone towards the back seemed to know what line to take. Because that was one area that I seemed to be massive. Like once I worked it out on about lap 5 or 6, something like that, I was massively quicker than everyone else at the back through there.
Actually, Fennec, since you got in no practice, did you like run one of the default setups, or did you get a setup from somewhere else?
No, I took my setup from last race and turned the downforce up to 20 because that's what a lot of other people seem to be using. And I mean, with dirty air, I thought it might work. Although,
I
in
see.
hindsight, I was able to take the sweeping corner towards the end flat out, even in dirty air. So I think going lower than that might have actually been quicker, like maybe 15 or 18. Which actually I had 15 last race, so I think that probably would have worked fine.
Are you thinking it's going to be similar levels for Silverstone?
I'm not sure because on this track, the first sector, it's high speed, but it's not flat out. But a lot of the areas in Silverstone might well be flat out. So I'm expecting maybe a little bit lower, like 10 to 15.
Ooh,
So-
lower, okay.
Because the first corner, second corner, both flat out. I think Cops, I'm not 100% sure, but I think even at those downforce levels, it will still be flat out. And
So
the
it's-
first two of Maggots and Beckett's will definitely be flat out with that.
So you're saying it's more beneficial to run higher downforce at tracks where you'll be off the throttle in some corners?
Yeah, generally with downforce, especially in cars like this, it seems to be the closer you can get to full throttle. Like you want to run as low as possible whilst maintaining high throttle through most corners.
Yeah,
So,
that definitely makes
like,
sense.
if you're taking everything full flat out and you're on 2020, then you can probably reduce it a bit. But
I think if you're taking everything flat out, including the hairpin, you're probably Roman.
okay, I didn't quite mean the hairpins, but I meant the sweeping corners, like the long high speed ones. But honestly, if you can manage that on a hairpin, I'd be quite impressed.
Yeah, I've actually seen some videos where people like race F1 cars in Assetto Corsa, and they modify the grip, the downforce, and the engine power and stuff. And I think I actually saw someone do a lap around Monaco completely flat out, and the G forces were insane.
I've seen someone do a fan car, Formula student car,
Ooh.
which that maybe that would be able to on some tracks.
Including hairpins?
Depends on the track. Depends how wide the track is at that hairpin.
Now you've got me wondering what the widest hairpin is in racing. We'll
Yeah.
maybe have to find that out for next week on the interviews. But yeah,
He's given us
definitely
some
was
research.
It
enjoying.
depends. I mean, technically, doesn't oval count as a hairpin? It's a 180-degree turn. How tight does it need to be a hairpin?
How long can you keep that drift going all the way around?
That is a hairpin for a really, really big head.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely enjoyed watching you recover back up into the top 10 despite the initial setbacks.
Yeah, I must admit, overtaking too fast and then crashing, and then spinning and then overtaking him again, and then spinning and overtaking him again was quite funny, even from my perspective.
Yeah, well, it was a good race to watch at the end and at the start. But yeah, altogether though, a really amazing point position that you've got, and we will hopefully see you next week. If you're not coming next week, I'm gonna think something's up because Ash and Kira said he can't make it. But yeah, I'll hopefully see you next week though.
Hopefully, yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to drop you back in the lobby, or are you
Yeah,
gonna
sure, if you want.
disconnect?
I'll probably just go back to the lobby.
Ah, okay. Well, yeah, I'll probably join you in a second, but yeah, I'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Nighty night.
Okay, so that only leaves us two now in VC. Yeah, what a race it's been, and what commentary. Well, I'm trying to say something about the commentary now, but it was just genuinely good, especially having you here, Martin. Always bringing us the action from all angles, being the race director, but yeah, overall, what an amazing night it's been. We had some really good racing. We'll probably see some tickets coming up in the Steward, so if you are in the MSR League, look out for those results, and look out for the results on the Excel file.
Yeah, Nisma, I was about to say you're not making it easy on yourself
I
trying
really
to
am not.
commentate about commentary. That's some commentary-ception right there.
Just wait till I start doing commentary. It becomes Looney Tunes from there. But
And who doesn't love a good bit of Looney Tunes?
But yeah, that's the end of the stream, and I hope everyone enjoyed it, and we will hopefully see you next week.
Good night, everyone.